Hello and good morning, everyone. This is Kajal Sharma. I'm currently practicing as a clinical dietitian and a certified diabetes educator. So, welcome to our page and thanks for liking and following it. So, today we'll be talking about our first video, which is on brittle diabetes and long standing diabetic patient. So, before starting with the video, I would just like to tell that all the contents which we'll be sharing on our page will be our practical experiences and facts and to throw some light on how diagnosis and counseling plays a very crucial role as a nutritionist to plan the diet. Okay, so let's begin with the first video. That is, so basically we'll be talking about brittle diabetes. What is brittle diabetes? Basically, it's a very wide variations or fluctuations of blood sugar levels throughout the day. Okay, now which are the patients who are prone for brittle diabetes? So first is type 1 diabetic patients, then we have gestational diabetic patients, then we have uncontrolled, and then we have long standing diabetic patients. So today we'll be focusing on why the brittleness or fluctuations is there in long standing diabetic patients. Okay, so basically long standing diabetic patients means the patient who has diabetes more than 10 years or 15 years or more. Okay, now in such patients, because of the long duration of the diabetes, the pancreas gets weakened and is not able to function that efficiently as it was 10 or 15 years back, and that's why the sugars throughout the day are not smoothly controlled. Okay, so there will be some fluctuations. Okay, so basically sometimes the sugars will be very high or sometimes it will be very low. Okay, so that is the thing. Now when it comes to counseling the patient, so firstly, how will we come to know that how variable the sugars are? So basically we tell the patients to make one chart. Okay, what is that chart? That is SMBG chart, self monitoring of blood glucose chart. Now here what the patient needs to monitor is the sugars, like the fasting blood sugar levels, then post 2 hours breakfast, then 5 minutes before lunch, 2 hours after lunch, 5 minutes before dinner, and 2 hours after dinner, and 3 a.m. sugars. Now these are the readings which patient monitors for the 2 consecutive days before the follow-up. Okay, so because it's very easy to say, but it's really a tedious and a painful thing for the patient to monitor the sugars for so many times a day. Correct. So we need to tell them to just make it 2 days prior to coming over here, or so then because the patient's concern over here is that in spite of doing all the three basic things which the doctor and even the dietitians like counsel or tell the patients to do it, like the proper diet, then regular physical activity, and all the medications and insulin as prescribed, so they are like, we are doing everything, then why the sugars are not getting control, or why they are so fluctuating that sometimes it's go high, sometimes it's go low, in spite of doing everything properly, right? So here we need to tell them that because of the long standing, your pancreas is not acting that efficiently. Okay, so how we can explain them in the same simple language would be इतने साल से डायबिटीज़ होने की वजह से आपका शुगर इतना अच्छे से नहीं कंट्रोल हो रहा है जितना वो 10 साल पहले था, एंड आपका डायबिटीज़ अभी डांसिंग डायबिटीज़ हो गया. सो बेसिकली समटाइम इट्स वेरी हाई, समटाइम इट्स वेरी लो. सो खाली फास्टिंग और पोस्ट लंच शुगर जो हम लैब में कराते हैं वो सफिशिएंट नहीं है आपके केस में टू डिसाइड कि आपका शुगर्स कितना अप एंड डाउन हो रहा है. करेक्ट. सो वी नीड टू टेल देम दैट हाउ इम्पॉर्टेंट इट इज़ फॉर देम टू मेक द SMBG चार्ट along with the lab reports, obviously to get the accuracy. Okay, now here we know that glucometer machines are not that accurate, and it has 20 or 30 plus minus readings as well, but here it will give us the like, we need to see the variability so that we get it properly by seeing the SMEG chart. Okay, second is we need to tell the patient ki what should be their realistic goals in terms of this. Okay, so we need to tell them that they should not aim for the aggressive control कि like my fasting should be less than 130 or post lunch should be less than 180. No, they should rather aim for the stability of the sugars throughout the day, so that their sugars don't go very high or don't go very low. We need to aim for that how much of a brittleness we can reduce, or we can control that brittleness into stability as much as we can. So we need to aim for the stability and not the aggressive control, because some of the diabetic patients can also have other complications as well, like chronic kidney disease or liver disease, and it may turn out to be like the severe hypoglycemia case or something when we go for the aggressive control of the blood sugar levels. So we need to explain them this, that okay, the stability is more important than the aggressive control. Okay, so these are the two things: stability and the importance of SMBG chart. So quickly I'll just give you one example that how as a nutritionist it helps us to like give the proper diet plan. So there was one patient who had made this chart, okay, and his sugars were very brittle and he was diabetic since 20 years, okay. So now here his fasting blood sugars were absolutely normal, between 150 120, and even the post-lunch sugars were normal. But seeing the SMBG chart, we got to know that even the mid-morning meals were dropping like 70s and 80s, and patient was getting the symptoms of giddiness and everything. So by taking the diet recall, we got to know that patient was having a heavy brunch, okay, and then he was not having anything at the mid morning meals because he need to go to the office, and then he had directly the lunch. So here after seeing the chart, we get to know that okay, there is some dietary faults which we need to correct it, and we need to explain the patients about small and frequent meals, or at least splitting of meals, okay, and how having like the brunch can increase the sugars at that particular time post breakfast, okay. So all these ideas we get to know after seeing the SMBG chart, and we are able to give the most appropriate diet plan to control their sugars, okay. So that is one thing. So this is all about brittle diabetes, and basically the patients are very frustrated, okay. So they are like, we are following everything, then still why my sugars are not getting controlled and everything. So we need to explain them that why the brittleness will be there, and why is it in their case, and what is the thing they can do to reduce it, okay. So this was all about brittle diabetes. I hope it was helpful, and stay tuned to and we'll be back with more such clinical videos, and how the counseling and all plays a crucial role, and how we can explain the patient. And thank you so much for your patient hearing. So thank you so much, and that's it for today, and we'll be back soon. Thank you so much. Bye bye.